we will be learning to create the pivot table on small database. All right. So you know what happened in our office or in other places as well, when it comes about to create the pivot table repetitive time, okay, on the same data or on the different data. All right. And to creating the pivot table, so why we can't make the things easy? Basically what we will be doing, we will be writing one code. All right. Or that code we will be assigning in one shape or in any button. All right. So what if we will click on that button? So what that button or what that shape will do, whatever the coding we have written inside that button. All right. So that code should create the pivot table as per, basically we will be specifying in the code, okay, which column should go in which field, okay, which one should go in the column, how we want to show the data and how we want to summarize the data. Those things we will be specifying in the code. All right. So let's do it practically. Let me show you the data. Okay, what data we have. So I have the data, okay, the small database. I have 4 columns of data set. I have the in column A we have a serial number, in second we have a operator and circle and location. So what pivot I want to create here, see, I want to show the location wise operator, how many operators are working. All right. And how many operators we have in each location. So basically what we want to show here, we want to just show the location in the row, and in the column we want the number of counts of operator. Let's suppose the HL, okay, we have 2 times in Guwahati, right? So what will be the output, okay, against the Guwahati there should be the 2 count. All right. So only the small pivot table I want to create initially, okay, and after that I will be telling you the more things what we need to add on. Okay. So let's create the small pivot first of all on the basis of this data. And very interesting thing is here, okay, the pivot which we will be creating, that pivot should not create the new sheet. All right. We want to create the pivot table in the existing sheet, I mean in the data sheet. All right. Because here we have a data set. Beside the data set I want to create my pivot table only just for the demonstration to or demonstration for you. All right. So let's do it. I'm pressing alt F11 to creating to writing the code. So here what I will be doing, my module is here. I'm pressing alt IM to creating new module, and I will be writing my code in option explicit mode. Right. So my code suppose is name pivot table in VBA for example. Right. So okay, let me define the sheet name. In which sheet we have a data, we have sh as a worksheet, Pvt as a pivot table, Pvc as a pivot cache. Alright, okay, we just need to declare only 3 variables here. Okay, on the basis of this, the data, the requirement which I have told you. Only for that requirement, we only need to declare the 3 variables, right? If we want to add more condition there, so in that case, might be we have to declare more variables. All right. And especially the very important thing, we are writing our code in the option explicit mode, right? So in that case what happen, okay, if we are not if we are not declaring any variable, we are just directly setting, we are just setting those variable directly without declaring. So in that case what happen, we will be getting the error, right? So in order to fixing them, we need to always declare the variable. So let's do it. Okay, what we want, I want to show what I want to show, I have this data, I want to show location wise, okay, count of operator. All right. So what I will be doing, I have declared already my sh as a worksheet. So the worksheet would be my data sheet. Okay, I would be giving the data, right? And data here, what I want to set my row data here, this workbook, right, and PivotCache.Create. All right. And after that we have to choose your xlDatabase, and after that we need to define, okay, the source of the data. Source of the data, I want to take the data of current region from A1, right? And after that I need to declare the pivot table, and after that here sh.PivotTables, right, dot add. What I want to add, I want to add this data PVC in which I have a store my current region, I mean whatever the data we have from A1, all those data I have captured in the PVC. Okay, I have already declared in which location I want to create my pivot table. I want to create my pivot table in H2 for example. So I would be creating H2 simple. Alright, so let's run this code. Okay, I am splitting my screen in two parts. I am pressing F8, 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 F8 and F8. Now you guys can see the pivot table mode we have got here, right? Because so far we have not declared and we have not dragged any column in any field, right? That's what is pending. Let me delete it. Delete it from here to here. Right, now let's, you guys can see in just 4 lines we are able to automate this thing. Okay, because what happen on a daily basis might be the situation comes to you and when you have to you create the pivot table multiple times. So in that scenario, you what you can do, you can create a very small code like this, okay, to creating the pivot table. And if there is a huge the changes or a huge summarization, so in that case you have to do more things, but like this, okay, the logic will remain same. All right, so let me show you the things, okay, how we can drag the columns in the fields. So what I want to drag my location into the rows, again operator into the values as a count. All right, so what I'm doing, I am giving Pvt.Pivotfields, right? And here what I want to give my location. Okay, and here orientation, xlRowField. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm copying and pasting, and after that I want to give here operator. Okay, xl.DataField. Alright, see, I split it my screen two parts. What I'm doing, I'm pressing F8, 1, 2. You guys can see pivot has created. Now unable to get the pivot table field of property. So location, if I am making some mistake here, I believe, yes, space we have, right? I just remove the space. Okay, now it should not throw me error of it. Unable to get the pivot table orientation. Alright, just allow me a moment. Let's rerun it. F8, 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 F8. Yes, you guys can see, right? And F8. You guys can see in just 4 lines of a code in the VBA. Okay, 4 lines. I mean, our main line, this, okay, which is helping us to creating the pivot table, right? So overall, in just few lines of code in the VBA, how easily we can create the pivot table. All right. So I believe, okay, this code will be very helpful for you. All right, and let me show you one thing more here. Let's suppose what I have done here, I have declared almost 3 variable. All right, what I want now, I want to drag my circle in the filter. Where in the filter? If I will click on pivot table, so you guys can see the filters field. I want to drag my circle column, I mean C column, in filters, and I want to filter their Assam only. But I want to filter their Assam. Okay, and how we can do it? So let's see. So again, I am deleting this. All right, I'm deleting this thing, and now what I want, okay, now I want to drag my circle in filters. So where xl page. All right, I did it, and what I want to select, I want to select their Assam. Okay, and Assam circle data only I want to show. Right, so what I can do here, I want to, with, I'm giving the parent name of this pivot table, Pvt.Name, as pt1 for example. All right, and with this workbook here, what I'm doing with this workbook, okay, dot sheet is simple with sh.PivotTable. Which one? The pivot tables name which I have given pt_1 and pivot field. Pivot field would be what circle, because on circle we want to do some changes. Alright, and after that what I want to change current and width. Current page would be awesome. Alright, let's run it. F8, 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 F8. Yeah guys, you guys can see. Okay, circle I have filter Assam. Okay, so in Assam what we have Guwahati location. In Guwahati location we have, okay, the total number of counts 1. Let's check it is working fine or not. What I did, I selected here Assam. Yes, it is quite good, okay, without any mistake. But for example, so I want to mention, I do not want to change, I do not want to mention the circle name again and again in the code. I want to, I want to give the reference to that code, okay, with the particular cell in this sheet. So for example, if I will write here AP, okay, and for example I am just creating one button here. Allow me a moment. For example, I created this button like this, okay, and I have not written any code. So filter data, for example, filter data. All right, and clear filter, for example. Right. So here, for example, I want to select, let's suppose whatever AP circle data I want to show. Okay, so if I will write here in K1 AP, and if I will click on filter, so this summary should get changed, okay, as per the AP. Okay, but instead of, for example, instead of AP, now again I want to show the data of Assam. If I will replace the AP with the Assam, and again I will click on filter data, so the data should be reflecting only of Assam, right? And after analyzing our pivot table, I mean analyzing our summary, what I want to clear all the filters. So in that case, I want to write the one more code in the clear filter and filter data. In the both button, we need to write one code, okay, which can perform, okay, as per the requirement. Filter data is, it means the filtering the summarization, and the clear filter, it means the clear all the filters, okay, from our summarization. So let's do it. In K1 reference we want to give in the code. Here you guys can see in current page what I want. I am writing here sh.Range k1.value, right? So what we have to do, we have to copy this and we need to write it in this different sub procedure. Filter data, for example, I have written this one, and the same codes dim sh as a worksheet. See guys, I have declared the sheet name, and again the sheet name we have provided, and with this sheet name we have a one table of pt1 underscore pt underscore 1. In that data we have a circle. In circle I want to filter the data as per the k1, right? So what I am doing, I am writing right click on the filter data, assign macro, okay, and this workbook, and I want to assign the filter data. For example, now what I want to do, I want to show the data of AP. If I will click on filter data, it should, okay, it is working very good. Again, if I will let's suppose up west, UP west, I want to, and I replace the E, I replace the AP with the UP west. Again I'm clicking on filter data. You guys can see, okay, it is reflecting, okay, the data as per our requirement, right? Now I have analyzed the data and I have understood and gone through with the summarization of the pivot table, but now I want to clear the filter. So what code will be for the same? I am pressing alt F11 to going back in my code, VB coding editor, and here I want to create the one more sub procedure, clear filter. Here again I am copying this dim. Alright, here copying this code as well and pasting here like this, okay, instead of giving this thing, I will write here clear all filters. Simple. Message box I want to provide filters has been clear. Filters has been clear, for example, right? And I want to assign this code in the filter, clear filter, assign macro and clear filter. If I will click on clear filters, it should clear all the thing. The filter has been cleared. Alright, and again I want to filter the data, I can filter. Again I want to clear the filter, I want to clear filter. You know how easy it is to creating the pivot table and doing the modification, right? To filter the data and clear the filters, okay, on a summarization, I mean in the pivot table. Alright, so okay, this is something about the pivot table. For example, okay, the situation comes to creating the visualization as well on our summary. So let's see, okay, in we have one pivot table, okay, which is our summary, okay, on that basis of 4 column of a data set. All right, so here we want to create the one chart, okay, on the basis of this summarization, okay, using what, using VBA code. So what we have to do, we have to basically write the one small code here more, okay, even in this code. What I'm doing, I am removing this pivot table, for example. Okay, in the pivot table in VBA, here I want to create the chart. So what I'm declaring the dim ch as a chart, setting it sh.Charts.Add, and we want to, and before that my selection should be in the pivot table range, where we are creating in h2 now, so it would be my h3, for example, h3 dot select. All right, and ch.Location I want to change as sheet 12. Sheet 12 is our data sheet, okay, the data we have renamed. Okay, so let's creating one more button here, developer insert here, pivot table in VBA, create pivot table. Okay, so I'm clicking on create pivot table here. All right, I clicked, but I'm getting error here. Okay, message, for example, invalid process. Okay, I am, alright. Okay, initially what I want to remove this. Alright, I have removed because already I have created the separate button of filter data, right? And I'm creating the pivot table on clicking the create pivot table button. Invalid procedure call or argument. Let me see. Sheet 12. Okay, just hold on. Sheet 12, right? For example, data sheet I have given. Okay, let's run it. Remove the pivot table again, alt H E A, and clicking on create pivot table. You guys can see, okay, we have created the visuals, okay, visuals pivot table with the visualization. You guys can see, if I want to show the data here, for example, AP, and clicking on filter data, you guys can, the visualization also is getting changed as per the summarization. If I will clear filter, so you guys can see the filter will get changed and the visualization as well. So how easy it is, to creating the pivot table with the visualization, and also giving the option to the user, okay, they can filter the data and clear the filter, okay, on a summarization. So this code definitely will be very helpful for you, okay, and this code I will be even providing you, okay, in the description box as well. All right, and apart from that, very interesting thing which I thought to do, okay, the lot of people are interesting to doing the offline classes as well. So I do provide the offline class as well of okay, of the multiple courses I do provides, okay, such as MIS classes I provide, and VB classes I provide, Power BI classes provide, right, and SQL Server I teach, all right, and the Python I am going to start, and apart from that I teach Google Sheets, Microsoft Form, Google Forms, and Power Apps, Power Automate. So these are the technology which okay, on which I having hands-on experience, and I do provide support course, okay, to many peoples. So if anyone is interested, okay, in any one of the course, so what you guys can do, I will be giving you one form link, okay, in the description. You guys can click on that link, right, and you need to just provide your details there, all right, and after that, okay, I'll be adding you in my respective groups as per the course, all right, and after that we'll tell you the further process and further information about the course, all right. So if you want to do the offline class, so you guys can submit your details, and you can provide me your details, okay. The details will be your name, your email address, and your phone number I am asking to adding you in the group, okay, the words in the WhatsApp group, okay, wherein you will be able to get all the details of my course. So if you are interested, so you guys can fill that particular form, all right, and you can get to know about the other things as well. I mean, in my courses, what I do provide, I provide the real-time projects, and apart from that, I help the people, okay, at every level. I mean, at every level of the stage, okay, where the people can get stuck. So in such a which I wanted to teach you, that's what we have done. So let's meet, okay, in the next video, okay, wherein I will be bringing some new topics, okay, very interesting, which can help you to enhance your knowledge. All right, so thank you so much, everyone.